It was not surprising that the weather patterns would not lessen as we made our way eastward, along the same northern band we had started in. Our moon does not tilt, so we basically have fixed seasons. I don't know if this is why the weather here is so much more extreme, when compared to our home planet. It's interesting when I see such a range of temperatures a single region there will experience over the course of a cycle. On our moon, there are very few places where one would need a good collection of both thermals and short clothes, like much of your planet, and our home planet as well. We were making our way toward what I was expecting to be the further continuation of the Great Rift, which is an enormous canyon that starts out of the Coughing Cliffs, which sit north of our founding home square region, and stretches like a deep scar, from the upper eastern corner of the Grand Valley, along the eastern border of the expanse, then splitting the overlands and apart it and continuing north as far as we had ever gone. And as it came into view, as far north as we were, it started to dawn on me just how incredible a formation it was. There are some pretty exotic geological formations on our moon. Some parts of the Razor Stone Pass are so dramatically cut, they are as interesting to look at as they are treacherous to traverse. And when certain light phases strike certain fields in the crystal plains, the spectrum explosion is beyond any fireworks show you have ever seen in your world. But it can also literally rain acid in some parts of our moon, so it isn't all better news for us. We were maintaining a steady speed, with little or no stopping or slowing. 2 scouts were rotating in and out as well, expanding the latitude of our area of observation by tapping into the scouts' short-range sensors. All of our ships are equipped with both short-range sensing and comms. It helps to have at least limited eyes and ears when all else fails, and you don't have the redundancy to compensate for aerial bouncer interference. The tech also helps expand the monitoring by lead ships, as we are able to tap into the cruiser short-form network just like the bouncers or data towers. So the flanking scouts were just broadening what was a casual scan to begin with, just getting a feel for the weather and a first glance at the terrain, that we would only be taking pictures of ground, not wanting to take the time or at the expense of scanning and raising remote regions we would likely not even put an outpost in. As we continued to come closer to the western ridge of the Great Rift, it was obvious that the formation was not weakening at all as it stretched north and disappeared in the horizon. That was one question answered. The other question, what was the weather like within its walls this far up? Would have to wait. It is against our rules for any scout to fly into the Great Rift. The smallest ship allowed to do that is a jumper, and that has to be done in pairs, like many of our procedures. There's safety in numbers, and you have to be hyper-vigilant about safety when the nearest fully equipped medical facility is over a spin away. And we were down to only 1 jumper, so that wasn't an option either. But this was an opportunity that we might not have again, and we still had ample reserves to make the trip, so I decided that, if we weren't called to go back to the poaching rig wreckage, we would likely be making our way back into the colony by moving down the Great Rift from up here in the far north, logging weather and seismic data while scanning and raising. It would turn out to only add to the mysteries of this fascinating, dangerous gash in our moon world.